Perfect, perfect, perfect.
And here is a view at night, so it's very gorgeous. And here are the interiors. You can see at the corner this forest of Me Bunny statues is one of the most photographed spots on campus. So our campus actually comprises of 8 buildings and covering 340,000 square meters. And our investment was quite a lot. It was 743 million USD. But we're very proud of it, and we hope that all of you will get a chance to visit sometime in the future. So last July, we made it to the Fortune Global 500 list for the very first time. And this year, we continue to be the youngest company on this list. In addition, we're now also ranked 7th on the Fortune Future 50s list. And currently, Xiaomi is present in more than 90 markets in over 7 regions around the world. And in terms of our smartphone users, we now have over 279 million active users monthly. So 2 years ago, we officially entered Western Europe market, first in Spain, and gradually to other markets. And we've made a lot of great achievements since that time 2 years ago. So now in Western Europe, Xiaomi is the number 4 smartphone brand with 91% year-on-year growth, according to Canalys. And we're top 5 in 7 markets, as you can see here. For example, you can see that we're number 3 in Spain, number 4 in Italy, and 5 in France. And obviously, we're hoping for more growth. And aside from smartphones, we also brought a lot of ecosystem and consumer IoT devices to the markets. And most notably, our Mi Smart Band is leading the fitness category, especially in Spain and in Italy. And to make our products more accessible, we've already opened 69 authorized Mi stores in these parts of the world. But none of these achievements could have been done without the support of our Mi fans. So I want to say thank you to all of you. I see a bunch over there. Thank you to our Mi fans. And obviously, those watching on the live stream, a big thank you to you too. And our Mi fans are actually super active, and this is something that many companies do not have. So it's very unique to Xiaomi. And they're active both online as well as offline. So we have 3 Mi community sites online in Western Europe. And offline, there are a lot of Mi fan clubs. So we did a count. So roughly from the beginning of the year to now, there have been over 200 Mi fan meetups. And not all of them are actually organized by us. Many of them have been self-organized by our fans. And actually, last month, our CEO, Lei Jun, visited Spain and went to our Spain office. And some of our fans got to meet him. Our CEO was very interested in finding out what the expectations and the experiences of our fans using our products were like. So this is really central to everything we do. We really want to engage with our fans, and we really want to continue to ask for their feedback. So our users are really at the heart of everything we do, and this is our core principle. So it's been a fantastic 2 years since we've entered the market, and Xiaomi has evolved from a newcomer to now a true leader in the market. And now, for a moment we've all been waiting for, and I'm sure the reason that you're here, let's talk about the products. And to tell us more, please help me welcome my colleague, Abby, to the stage. Thank you.
Senior Product Marketing Manager of Xiaomi Global. We're launching really some exciting products today, and why don't we start with the Redmi Note series. First, Redmi Note series has been leading the mid-range segment in so many ways. Features and specs that were only available in flagship devices before, Xiaomi has made it available to the Redmi Note series. Our Redmi Note 7 was ranked #1 by GSM Arena for the first half of this year. And it broke an incredible 25 million. It really means a lot how well this product has been accepted globally. A couple of months ago, we launched Redmi Note 8 Pro, the 64-megapixel quad camera pioneer, once again raising the bar for mid-range segment. So I can confidently say Redmi Note is leading the mid-range series with all of its star iterations. And that's proven. The Redmi Note series has broken over 100 million global sales worldwide. That's not dollars or cents. That's individual Redmi Notes chosen. And today, we're introducing a brand new Redmi Note, a new star for all our fans. So why don't we welcome Redmi Note 8T. Why don't we jump right in? Let's start with design. So, you might ask, what is an all-star? So an all-star actually is all you need in a smartphone. It's from camera to design to experience to performance and quality. It comes in 3 stunning colors. We have the star-shaped blue. It has a beautiful dual gradient tone finish. And we also have the very beautiful moonlight white. It's kind of hard to explain how beautiful it is, so later on, I'd really advise you to check it out. And our dark model is called the Moon Shadow Gray. This model is pretty meaningful for us because it was named by our Mi fan. In our named the color in the Mi community contest. There's something for everyone, so make sure you check it out in person. Flipping the device over, we've packed a lot of great features on the Redmi Note 8T. It has exceptional FHD Plus hardware and software enhancements like multiple lighting modes. And perhaps most notably, it has a 500 nit brightness, so it's more comfortable and easy to read in almost any condition. So from front to back, we've wrapped the Redmi Note 8T in Corning Gorilla Glass 5, so it's durable and resistant to daily wear and tear. Next to the competition, it's pretty clear where the durability lies. We've even sealed ports and buttons and applied a splash-resistant nano coating. So all of our devices are rigorously tested to a very, very high standard. And that's the same for the Redmi Note 8T. Let's take a look at this video.
Here we go. Good adjustment. Hold it. That's a...
Redmi Note 8T is pretty tough, huh? Do you like it? Yes. And reminder, guys, do not try that at home. Redmi Note 8T has an all-star design for all our fans. It has a beautiful display, stylish rear colors, and build quality that's really hard to beat. So we believe that all our Mi fans are stars, and we want to see what they create with our smartphones, so we launched the Live to Create campaign. Redmi Note 8T is perfect for that with its all-star quad camera. It uses our well-loved Samsung 48 megapixel, and we've also added the all-new ultra-wide and macro lenses, plus a depth sensor. Let's talk about how the Redmi Note 8T's 48 megapixel helps you live to create. The 48 megapixel lets you capture more details than ever, like this incredibly detailed cityscape. And your stories won't lose out on the fine details, like the bricks of this really unique building, so you could see it here, and also the trees. Stacked up against other competitors, the numbers are pretty telling. Higher resolution, higher number of cameras. Now let's look at how the 48 megapixel performs. Both of these are decent enough, but when we zoom in closer, you could really see that there's more details retained on the Redmi Note 8T. I can confidently say that it is really the 48 megapixel all-star. So it's pretty clear that Redmi Note 8T gets great details from really, really far away. So you can think it can read this. Can you? Can you? So have you ever wanted to shoot something really tiny? Like really, really tiny. That's why we created the macro mode. So with the macro mode, you're able to see details you've never seen before. Like this photo. So for other smartphones without the macro mode, this might just be a blur. But with the Redmi Note 8T, you would be able to create stories that you would have otherwise missed. And moving to the opposite direction, we also have the ultra-wide angle mode. So it's capable of shooting 120 degrees with an intelligent distortion correction algorithm. This really opens up your storytelling capabilities by giving you a wider perspective on things. We also have the portrait mode. This takes advantage of the 48 megapixel lens and the depth sensor. So as we look at this photo, we could really see that the edge detection is super, super clear, and the bokeh, or the blur effect, It's super flawless and smooth. Last, we have the night mode. When we look at this photo, we could see that the overall performance is really, really astounding. Colors are vivid and bright, and everything is pretty saturated just right. Redmi Note 8T provides you with more ways to shoot than ever before. And the front camera is also backed by a lot of great features like panorama selfies and palm shutter. So here we have the Redmi Note 8T's camera features. It has 48 ultra-wide high resolution, 4 cameras for almost any situation, and a great front camera. You like it? Yes, I hear a yes. Last, let's talk about experience. The Redmi Note 8T is powered by the highly balanced Snapdragon 665. It offers also an image sensing processor that enables the 48-megapixel quad camera. We've also backed the Snapdragon with 4 gigabits of RAM plus 128 storage, and it also supports microSD card. So for the battery, we couldn't disappoint with the battery. So Redmi Note 8T has 4,000 milliamp battery. I'm sure it's enough for day-to-day use. And if you do need a charge, we also provided an 18-watt fast charging. And 18-watt charger is included in box. For our fan favorite features, we've also included Type-C for convenient charging, IO remote for simple control of your appliances, and, of course, the headphone jack. It's still there. So for audio, we've amped up the earpiece by 40% compared to the previous generation. And for music, we've also increased the volume by a huge amount, so you have much better bass, mids, and highs. We asked our fans about NFC, and they told us that they couldn't do without it. So, Redmi Note 8T will feature NFC for simple mobile payments. So our fans really love the NFC. So that's the Redmi Note 8T, an all-star experience. We have 2-day battery, 18 watts fast charging, smooth performance, NFC, and amazing audio. Now you really know what an all-star is, but there is one more thing that the Redmi Note 8T is an all-star in, which is price. Yes, you got that right. So here it is again in summary. 48-megapixel quad camera. It's built to last with the Corning Gorilla Glass 5. It has a large battery, and so much more. It's truly a mid-range all-star. We've made some pretty great improvements on the Redmi Note 8T, so compared to the previous generations, notably in camera, audio, and connectivity. With the previous generation, it's priced at around 199 euros. But we made sure we improved the specs for the Redmi Note 8T, but we wanted to make sure that we kept the pricing fair. And next to our competition, competitors mostly cost around 349 euros. And in some cases, they offer lower value, especially in areas like durability. Any guesses on how much the Redmi Note 8T will cost? Okay, so for the 4 plus 64, how much will it cost? How much? How much? Okay. The Redmi Note 8T will cost 199 euros. How are you feeling about that? Next to the competition, the value choice is really clear. You pay less, get more. At Xiaomi, we really wanted to offer amazing products at honest prices. So that's the Redmi Note 8T, the 48-megapixel quad camera all-star. Redmi Note 8T will be available in Spain starting November 8th on these sales channels. It'll be available in France starting November 13th on these sales channels. It'll be available in Italy starting November 8th. And it'll be available in Germany starting November 15th. It'll be available soon in the UK in these sales channels. And it'll also be available soon in the Netherlands, Belgium, and Luxembourg. Okay. So on a bigger note, we are just getting started here. Xiaomi strives to create innovative technologies that enrich lives. And in this era, smartphones are becoming virtually indispensable. And they're an integral part of our everyday lives. This time, we've created a premium flagship smartphone with breakthrough technologies, made for those who want to make epic masterpieces, those who want to live life to the fullest, and those who want to share their everyday moments in real time. It's for users who want the best in photography and demands a phone that keeps up. A smartphone redefining epic. Now, say hello to the global debut of Mi Note 10. The Mi Note 10 is epic in every way. First, let's take a look at the epic design. Why don't we watch this video? So the first thing that you see is the ARC AMOLED display. It provides a virtually bezel-less look from edge to edge. And it also sports a 6.47-inch with a high contrast ratio. This gives deeper blacks, punchier colors, and a totally immersive experience. Some of us unlock our phones more than 100 times per day. And to ensure a smooth experience, we've packed an all-new in-screen fingerprint sensor. This time, the sensor is 88% thinner, but it has a larger fingerprint detection area, leaving more rooms for other components to fit in. And flipping the device over, Mi Note 10 is sculpted in 3D curved glass, giving it a solid build that's undeniably beautiful. Mi Note 10 is carefully crafted down to the last details. You may notice here the rounded corners and the tapered edges, making it sleek and streamlined. It's designed with curved glass for both front and back, so you have a superb hand feel. Mi Note 10 comes in 3 stunning colors. We have the Aurora Green. So as we look here, the Aurora Green coloring elegantly flows as light reflects off it. It's really beautiful. And Glacier White, my favorite color. It's simple and beautiful, and you can notice that the pearlescent color looks different from every angle, and it also has a tinge of rainbow sheen. And for the minimalist, we have the Midnight Black. Here it is in 3 colors. I'm sure there's something for everyone. Mi Note 10 stands out with its epic design. We have the immersive ARC AMOLED display. It's also 2 Rainless certified, so less blue light for healthier eyes. It also has an excellent hand feel with the 3D curved glass for front and back, and it unlocks in a snap. Design is pretty epic, so it's fitting to have an epic camera. And this time, we're bringing photography to the next level with 108 megapixel. That's crazy, right? But that's not it. It's also a Penta Camera. Penta means 5, so we have 5 cameras. And together, that makes it the world's first 108 megapixel Penta Camera. What was impossible just a few years ago, we've made into a reality. So let's dive deeper. Mi Note 10's Penta Camera. It has a 10 times telephoto lens with optical image stabilization. It also has a 2 times 12 megapixel telephoto lens made for portraits. And the primary sensor, we have a 108 megapixel with OIS. So we have dual OIS, one for the primary sensor and one for the telephoto. We also have an ultra-high resolution 20 megapixel ultra-wide angle lens and a dedicated macro lens. And for night shots, just in case you need an extra light, we've also included dual flash and a softer dual light. Let's start with a 108 megapixel primary sensor, which shoots in epic details. So, just in case you missed that, that's 108 million pixels in your photos. So this is an epic view of Matterhorn, Switzerland, shot on the Mi Note 10. And at the foot of the mountain, we see this village, this serene village in Zermatt. Well, actually, what we're seeing is just part of a larger photo shot on the Mi Note 10. It's pretty amazing. And to put things into perspective, here's a 12 megapixel sensor. Now, this is the 108 megapixel used on the Mi Note 10. The difference in size is pretty clear. And a bigger sensor means more sensor information, giving more details than ever. And the higher megapixels, the greater details captured in a photo. How we manage such a massive amount of megapixels in sensor size? So one of the reasons why Mi Note 10 produces ultra-clear photos, even compared to 40 megapixel sensor, is because of its large sensor, the largest ever in a smartphone. The larger sensor demands a more complex lens system, so we've also included a 7P lens in order to maximize the full potential of the 108 megapixel camera. And to push boundaries even further, we have one more surprise. We're also introducing the Mi Note 10 Pro, the world's first 108 megapixel Penta camera with 8P lens. 8P lens gives you better images and even sharper details. With this, epic photos can be captured up to 12,032 by 9,024, a resolution only seen in the highest-end DSLR cameras. And this is 108 megapixel output relative to other resolutions. Here's the same photo that we saw shot on the 108 megapixel camera. As we zoom closer, we see that the image still remains epically clear. As we zoom even further, you could even see the strands on her eyelashes and the glitters on her face. It's pretty amazing. So no matter how near or far, we get epic photos. Mi Note 10 gives the highest resolution ever, highest pixel count ever, and largest sensor ever in a smartphone. So you may be wondering, so what's the use of such an ultra-clear shots? Well, to demonstrate, here's a really cool artistic photo shot on the Mi Note 10. One advantage with super high-res shots is that every part of the photo is crisp enough to cut, meaning every epic moment is multiple stories. Every detail is captured with precision in this iconic tower bridge in London. And here's a breathtaking view of Lisbon. You can even see, look at the tiles on the roofs. And have you ever struggled in finding really great desktop wallpapers? I did. Now, You can make your desktop wallpapers more meaningful and more personal. What's more, travel photos don't need to live on your phone forever. You can even turn your photos into a wall art, just like this one. Now that's epic. That's not the full story. 108 megapixel camera supports billboard level printing as large as 4.24 meters. It's hard to imagine how big that is. So, if you could all turn your attention is already there. If you could all turn your attention. So, what you're seeing here is a cat. What you're seeing here is an actual photo shot on the Mi Note 10. It's 108 megapixel. So it doesn't have we didn't do any retouching, any post-editing. Mi Note 10 really gives the biggest prints ever. And later on, feel free to take a photo afterwards. It's really incredible. Okay, thank you. Mi Note 10 doesn't only shoot epic details during the day, it also takes great photos at night. This is especially handy for dimly lit restaurants or indoors. With 27 megapixel super pixel shots, you're ready for any lighting conditions. We've also included a dual OIS for both the 108 megapixel and telephoto lens, giving sharp images even in low light. And good news for the pros, we've also included a dedicated RAW mode, meaning you have more flexibility in post-editing. Mi Note 10 gives epic image quality, epic clarity, and epic low-light shots. So next up, we have portraits. So everyone loves taking portraits of families and friends. And here's a nice-looking photo. But it could even be better with the portrait mode. To get the best possible portrait shot, we've included a 50mm telephoto lens. That's the best focal length for portrait photography, according to some photographers. Now, this is a really awesome photo. So one of the challenges in portrait photography is getting the fine details right, especially like for this hair strands. This is pretty challenging. But as you can see, the Mi Note 10 does a phenomenal job in doing that. And here, for this photo, we've managed a great foreground and background bokeh. Bokeh meaning blur effect, while keeping the subject pretty clear. Now, next up, we have the epic zoom range. With the Penta Camera system, we're able to achieve a seamless, lossless zoom from 0.6 to 5 times without compromising on image quality. And even further, it also supports 10 times hybrid and 50 times digital zoom. Here's a really nice snap of Chicago. Getting closer is super easy with the Mi Note 10. At one time, we noticed a road in between the two large buildings. Let's get 2 times closer. So we could see, is that an overpass? And 5 times closer, we realize it's actually a metro. And going 10 times further, we can even see the cars in the bustling streets, and we could even look at the parking sign. It's pretty incredible. So here's where we started, and this is where we've zoomed. It's pretty impressive. But there's more. Mi Note 10 also supports 50 times digital zoom. It's handy to have a telescope in your pocket. We're trying to read that sign and that building, and we tried comparing it with leading flagships. All 3 looks pretty equal at this point. But as we zoom at equal proportion, we could see the difference. The signboard on the Mi Note 10 is vividly clearer, and it's really impressive how far the 50 times could see. We've also included an ultra-wide angle lens with an exceptionally clear 20 megapixel resolution. This on its own is pretty decent. But wider is better, don't you think? Ultra-wide angle lets us see the wider picture, so we could capture the full view anytime, anywhere. Last, we also included a dedicated macro lens. This lets you shoot epically close, like this close. So you could notice, you could see the petals and the dewdrops super clear. Now, with a Penta camera, you can take photos you've never thought possible. That's 5 times as many ways to amplify your creativity. Our Penta camera setup covers equivalent focal lengths from ultra-wide to telephoto, giving ultimate flexibility in your shots when taking any type of photo. So check out this chameleon and the hand that it's held in, and the hand that the woman is attached to, and the forest that she's sitting in. Well, actually, it's just a studio. These are all shot on the Mino 10's Penta camera system, really showing the camera's versatility in capturing the real story. Now, taking photos at night has been one of the greatest challenges in smartphone photography. And we've launched the night mode in the past to deal with this. But this time, we want to make it even better, so we're launching the night mode 2.0. For the first time ever, we've implemented a raw-level MFNR, which stacks multiple images to output an ideal, clear photo. All this magic happens in a matter of seconds without any need for extra equipment. We gave the Mino 10 to Chris Dalton, a Me creator from Me Studios, and see what he created with it. Chris took it to the streets of London, and even at night, we could see that the billboards remain super clear, colors are bright and vivid. For this next one, you could feel as if you were there when the fireworks exploded. It's really amazing. The light trails are sharp and crisp. It's really amazing what the Mino 10 can do. Besides taking epic photos, Mino 10 takes epic videos too. We've packed a lot of great features, such as Shoot Steady Video. Shoot Steady Video utilizes EIS and AI algorithm to achieve steady videos even without a tripod. Why don't we take a look? You are able to shoot steady videos even without a tripod. That's super cool. Now, we also have a 960 FPS macro slow motion mode. Why don't we take a look at this feature? You like that? It's pretty impressive how you could see the fusion of colors and the dramatic effect that the slow motion imparts. Mino 10 also supports 4K at 30 FPS in ultra-wide angle mode. To put the Mino 10 to a test, we gave it to our Me creator, Fred. Fred is a filmmaker who loves making videos with his phone. Let's see what he came up with.
Hey, my name is Fred, and I'm a Me creator.
Yes, it's really super cool. I believe Fred is here with us today. So Fred, why don't you say hi? Hi, Fred. Thank you for that amazing video. Next, we still have more features. We have this super cool vlog mode, and why don't we take a look? Cinematic videos is super easy. I hope you'll be able to enjoy it as much as we do. Make sure you try that out later on. Now for the front camera, we've included a 32 megapixel selfie camera, one of the industry's highest resolution. You could take great selfies in any situation. So here's the world's first 108 megapixel Penta Camera. 108 megapixel ultra clear shots. You have 5 cameras for any situation, and it also takes smooth, steady videos. There's unlimited ways to shoot with the Penta Camera. More ways than ever to capture your story. Now, let's talk about experience. An amazing user experience is a combination of great hardware and software. And I'm very happy to share that Mi Note 10 is Xiaomi's first phone to be powered by our upgraded MIUI 11. And to tell you more, I'd like to invite my colleague, Luisa, to the stage. Luisa.
I'm Luisa, and I lead the marketing and the operation of MIUI Global. I'm so thrilled to be here today. It's the first time that MIUI has officially met our European users in España. Thank you. The first MIUI version actually had been released in 2010, and then it was widely loved by people around the world. As Sally introduced that with the love of Mi fans globally, we already have 279 million active users in the world. So can you guess how many users in the Euro? Try it. We have 38 million. Thank you. 38 million of you are using MIUI. That is phenomenal. And today, we're gonna bring you the next big release of MIUI 11. MIUI 11 is the largest release in the history, packed with a lot of capabilities. Let's start with design. In MIUI 11, we take big steps forward in simplifying our user interface. We redesign it and make it cleaner, where the actual content and features are the heroes. So now it becomes more focused, easier to use. You can truly enjoy the ultimate full screen experience. And we also bring the dark mode to MIUI 11. Yeah. It looks even more awesome in dark. And one of the most stunning parts of design, always on. A smartphone today is supposed to be an extension of your personality. But all phones in the market look the same when they're locked just like that. What a pity. We want to do something different and cool. So we introduced always on display that will bring you a colorful world even when your phone screen is locked. This is cool, right? Can we do something cooler? We developed a dynamic lock that will make your lock screen come alive. And to make it even more exciting, we dug deep into our child's memory for inspiration. Remember the kaleidoscopes? Now we made this beautiful symmetric pattern blossom our phone screen. It is stunning, isn't it? And that's